Well, KKR was put into bat by Kane Williamson, and boy, did they do a lot of batting. They did a lot of batting for those 20 overs. Only got 259, but it looked like they were doing a lot of batting. Hello and welcome to MPL Presents Cricbuzz Live. I'm Gaurav Kapur. With me, still Lisa Sthalekar and Joy Bhattacharya. Wait, hang on. Hang on a second. What's going on here? What's going on here? Lisa?
He just flew in and just saw, I'm taking the chair.
He's just pushed Joy off. Ladies and gentlemen, the reveal has not happened yet because we've got yet another debutant on Cricbuzz Live. Please welcome, now Lisa and I will do drum roll duties. Please welcome Mr. Shaun Pollock!
Hey, good to be here.
Has anyone welcomed you like this? Do you even get this kind of welcome at Christmas at home from a family?
Well, you know, maybe when you used to play, but never on the TV.
Yeah, that's right. See,
this is new standards.
We roll it out.
Isn't it? Yeah.
People roll out a red carpet, we roll out a red table. Here you are with us. Thank you so much for being here.
Good to be here.
So, of course, everybody in Mumbai calls you Polly Kaka.
Yes.
You know that.
Not everyone, but quite a few people, yeah.
Well, now everyone will, because I have told them, my little puppets. So, of course, we have Polly here with us. Thank you so much for being here. Of course, let's talk about this game now. Do you think it's fair for me to say that Calcutta did a lot of batting in those 20 overs?
Yeah, they did. I mean, when I walked into the studio, I looked at the TV, I think it was 2.45 overs, and they had 40 on the board. I thought, goodness gracious, we're in for a big score here. And they did. They tried a lot of things, but sort of lost their way, didn't they? And also the fireworks of Russell only got to come in so late. Yeah. They'll be disappointed with that. If you get off just a good start and what Narine did up front, they would want to lay a better platform and kept going. So they'll be very disappointed, and you would think at this stage that Sunrisers should have this covered.
Yeah, they should. Let's have a look at the innings progression, and Lisa will get you in on that. That power play that Shaun is talking about, brilliant pass, 61-run power play. And then it just kept getting worse.
Yeah, again, just showing that they weren't looking for those singles, weren't rotating the strike. I mean, they only lost 2 wickets during that period. You can understand 55 runs, 4 or 5 wickets when you're trying to consolidate and make sure you've got wickets in the shed at the back end. But they're just too slow in that middle part. And then all of a sudden, Andre Russell, he comes in at the 16th over. Yeah. 16th over. I think they've got to find a way of getting him in earlier. I mean, we were in there saying Riku Singh, Sunrisers Hyderabad, don't want to get him out. They just want to keep him in. They want to keep both Lynn and Singh in, and that will allow to have Russell come in for 1 or 2 overs. And in the end, they basically won that contest.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's, they say that lightning doesn't strike twice. It struck a lot of times with Russell here. But it's got to end sometime, right? And today was one of those days.
Yeah, and I think when you look at the team structures, I mean, knowing how the RPL works, a lot of discussion goes into certain players. And when Russell is discussed, there'll be a lot of talking about what game plan to put in place against him. And they'll get cleverer and they'll get smarter, and the options that they need to employ will come to the fore. So they'll have a better understanding. But when, as Lisa was saying, when those catch went down, I think Kane Williamson would have been saying, oh, unlucky to the bowler, but secretly, yeah, baby. We don't have to bowl to Russell because he got in so late. And then even when he got in, for 5 deliveries to Charlie, he just sat and watched. And I think that would have been where he would have looked to go after Rashid Khan. He loves the spinners, he picks them. And when he gets his long levers going there, he can just whack them out the ground. So I think also the personnel changes in the middle order for KKR, they're struggling. They don't know who should or shouldn't be. Robin Uthappa is not playing. And when you create those scenarios in an RPL side, and even if it's a 20-over game, all of a sudden they're searching for a little bit of form. They want to get to a 15 or 20 just so they earn another place in the next game. It's not the ideal scenario, and unfortunately their captain hasn't fired as well. So Kartik hasn't really have produced some of his best for quite a few games. So they are struggling, and they've relied on Russell to be the man and got him in too late today.
I want to know, why are they so scared to put Andre Russell up? To change the order potentially? Because I think the prime time for him to come in is probably around that 11th, 12 over mark. And it gives him a good amount of time out in the middle, and we can see what he can do, and we've seen it regularly in this IPL. I don't understand the thought process. That's probably the most frustrating thing as a spectator watching.
Yeah, let's have a look at the Sunrisers Hyderabad bowling effort as well. They went for plenty in the first 6. Fair to say they pulled it back after that.
Yeah, they did.
More discipline.
Bhuvaneshwar, just think that he's got 12 dots thrown in there after going for the 35. It was wickets, wasn't it? It was the wickets that they kept picking on, particularly in the middle overs, that made sure that the the KKR couldn't go anywhere. Rashid Khan, he was probably a bit worried about the last over that he might have to bowl. Thank goodness Russell went, and he still went for a few in that last over. But his second last over, I think, was key. At that stage, the innings could have just got to 165, maybe 170. But those 5 dot balls in a row was pretty impressive.
Yeah, how would you, what would you, like you're bowling to Russell, where are you looking at bowling to him?
Well, I think, the modern way is actually not to attack the stumps, because, the guys just line it up, and if you do miss those areas, you're going to disappear. So for me, I'd be trying to mix it up as much as possible. The tactic is clear when he first comes to the crease. So anyone who's got a bit of pace, within the first 2 or 3 deliveries, they give him a bouncer, because he doesn't take those on at the start of his innings. He's happy just to try and work them for a single. But then once he's in, I feel you've almost got to go 2 spots. You either got to hit those heels, and they tried it to good effect for a few deliveries today, or else you've got to go really wide. Anything in the slot, in the zone on a length delivery, he can carve you from backward point over to deep mid-wicket. So I think you've got to be trying to almost go for the delivery that if he does get it away, it only goes for 4. And invariably that is the wide Yorker or the Yorker at the heels. I think that's probably the best options for them.
Yeah, sometimes a 4 is a good result with Russell, right?
As a bowler. You take that.
You take that. And with KKR, again, the same problem. We discussed this in the pre-show. 0, 4, 6. That's pretty much the result of every ball. And with that DK runner, it just showed, I guess, they just out of practice with taking singles and judging 2s. They just really made a hash of it today. But they're looking at this score now, and Lisa, you agree with Shaun. You're looking at the score and you're going, as an SRH fan, you're going, boy, it's really, this should not be a problem. Agree, they've botched a chase here against Mumbai, but hopefully they've put that way behind them.
I think given the fact that Sunrisers Hyderabad have come off a win, David Warner doesn't want to miss out too many occasions. Johnny Bairstow, he hasn't got that many more games left for Sunrisers Hyderabad. They'll want to finish off strongly. And those two, especially the last time they played a day game, they both scored 100.
Yeah.
I know it's a second innings, but I think the experience of Sunrisers Hyderabad, they'll chase this down easy.
Yeah, let's have a look at their batting, and you can have a look at their batting, and I'm sure the KKR bowlers are looking at that and going, oh, that's a lot of batting. There's a lot of firepower there. You've got Warner and Bairstow, and Polly, as a bowler, you're looking at this and you're going, okay.
Yeah, particularly as an opening bowler, you're looking and thinking, well, the 2 people who've been in form are the ones I'm going to have to bowl to for the first 3 or 4 overs. And I think once you've got a score like this to chase down, it's also those guys are very experienced, particularly someone like a Kane Williamson. He'll structure his chase accordingly. And if they get off to any sort of decent start in that power play, they don't have to do anything untoward. They can just bat. You've got all guys who've played international cricket there. Yeah,
but it's a brittle middle order. KKR will be looking at that and going, listen, if we can get the openers, we're in with a chance, because that middle order is brittle.
Yeah, I think Kane Williamson's only faced maximum 10 balls in an innings.
Yeah.
But I think it's this type of number, this type of chase.
It's his kind of chase.
Correct. Yeah. And he'll pace it accordingly. And if he's got Dave Warner or Johnny Bairstow up the other end, then he'll kind of feed off them and see, are they going hard, or do I just need to keep knocking around? I think this will be the innings that will get him back into form.
Yeah, because it doesn't really need to go, because if you have the openers and they give you a good platform, you can pretty much have 12, 13 overs to spare with almost a run a ball. Your asking rate could be down to a run a ball if you get a fiery start up top, and that's pretty much in Kane Williamson's wheelhouse. No risk after that.
Yeah, it's almost, this is almost the perfect score to chase. The dodgy ones are the 120. You're not too sure how we should or shouldn't go, or if it's a 200, you just got to go for it straight from the start. But in the form of those two being up front, you can't see them getting off to an average start. The KKR bowlers haven't been in the best of touches. No one who's really rocked the world so far. Yeah. So I don't think you'd be too concerned as an opening unit. So I think they should feel pretty comfortable by chasing.
So let's look at the KKR bowlers as well, because they made a couple of changes in there. They dropped Prasidh Krishna, they dropped Kuldeep Yadav, and here you have, there's Yara Prithviraj, who's completely and pretty much an unseen commodity. We know he's from Andhra, but that's all we sort of know about him. KC Karayappa was bought for a decent price a couple of seasons ago. Hasn't played all that much, but you do have the experience of Sunil, Narine, Piyush Chawla. Do you think you'd see one of them in the power play?
Yeah, I think they've got to try something.
Narine, probably.
Yeah, I think when you're in an IPL side and you come up against teams who are doing so well, and particularly an opening pair, you start to think out of the box, and you've got to come up with something, even if it doesn't work. Nothing else has worked against them so far in the tournament, so try something. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go to a different option. Maybe even a Chawla who's just back in the side, maybe throw him the ball for first 2 overs or something and see if he can get anything to happen. But you've got to try and meddle around with things.
Okay, so of course we had no MPL Super Couch because Joy did have the correct guess, but Shaun Pollock has bound and gagged him in the makeup room. So,
didn't you get my message? I'm sure I picked 155.
Of course you did. Absolutely, spot on. You were.
Said it to the wrong person.
Oh. No, Joy, really.
He's kidnapped Joy. Shaun just didn't like the Joy factor question today, so he's like, Joy's like this right now. Sorry. Okay, but we'll do it again. Let's do it again. You both are backing SRH. You're saying SRH will get this.
Yep.
Yeah.
116, not a problem. So now you have to guess. You got to back your guess and say which over will they get it in.
Ladies first.
16th over.
16th? Well, look at you. You're bullish.
Yeah, I've gone for the high score and now I'm going for the low.
Yeah.
I've got no
Optimistic today.
chance, basically.
16.
I'll just go 17,
Okay.
just to be sure.
What, you'll go 18?
I'll go 15th.
Wow.
Nasty.
Come on. But of course, if they finish it in the 18th, again, nobody sits on the couch. So we'll go 15, 16, 17. That's what we've done. All right. Well, so there you go. Advantage SRH is what the opinion is right now. At the end of the 10th over, we will be back with Cricbuzz Combox. Thank you so much for watching. MPR presents Cricbuzz Live.